flashed at me. Did you see that? All right. Oh, okay. So now's a good time to talk about autosave. Yeah. So Blender crashed. I didn't save anything, except for the very beginning where we just had a cube. Yeah, the cube's there. The cube's solid, man. All right. So I can go back here to blocks, which was basically this. But if we file and then recover, we can come down here and look at some autosaves, or even hopefully, fingers crossed, last session. Totally not even, that was something completely different. I deleted that file. Okay, that's fantastic. So let me go look at autosave. They're just blocks, right? Yep. So autosave, I guess we weren't in there that long. Autosave didn't do anything for me. But yeah, it saves it in a weird, so look at this. It's in like app data, local temp. And these are the things I've worked on recently that were autosaved, but apparently not the one that we did have open. Okay, we'll just start here. We'll go with this. It's fine. We did almost all these things except for the text object. So this is where we were Tuesday. Let me just delete that. Yeah, but I didn't do the text object this morning in the first part of our stream. Yeah. So we're back to DET is the worst instead of the okayest or even the best. Just delete that and we'll start it over. So we're going to add text, and that just, it's somewhere. I don't know where text is at. It's at origin. Yeah. So let me just zoom on it. There we go. Oh, it's inside our metaball thing. So there's text. While it's still just a text object, if I hit tab to go into edit mode, then I've got word processing. So you can write your essays in Blender and then turn them in and be like, I don't know what's wrong with your computer, teacher, but it works on mine.
And you can click right here, and then slide step.
And then if I go back out of edit mode, I've got this thing. It's one-sided like the paper was, the plane, but I can right-click and convert this to a mesh.
You have everything selected.
And now I can't edit the text, but I can move things around. All right, so if I come in here and hit tab, we can see all the edges and vertices that got created when we converted this to a mesh. It's not pretty. It's kind of nasty, actually. But it's there.
Why, like zigzags the way it does?
It's just automatically trying to create triangles. So even our Epcot looking ball here, wherever it went to.
Just wait till you use the decimate model.
Oh,
it gets worse.
Even this made out of cubes, and even our cube made out of what looks like squares. They will convert down to triangular data when you go to export it out. So everything's triangles.
Just wait till you
whether you know it or not.
Modifier, it looks so much worse.
But yeah, when that's, I guess you could say that's artificial intelligence. No, it's not AI. But the
it was AI before AI was bad.
The algorithms and such behind the scenes that convert it to a mesh, they just do their best. They can only do what some programmer told them to do. And apparently that programmer, yes, exactly. That programmer was like, yeah, we can have lots of triangles. It's cool. All right, so we got a text object, and then we did look at the metaball last time, but some people were sick, so I'll just delete that, and we'll start over with the metaball stuff. So I'm almost, there it is, metaball. So we can make a bunch of different shapes that are metaballs, and they just look like smooth guys, but if we get a couple of them close together, they like morph. That group together. It's really kind of weirdly satisfying, but again,
Like if you go into edit,
I don't use this often at all, ever, when doing the 3D modeling that I do, but I'm more of a,
what I'm thinking is extrude planes.
yeah, I don't do organics as much as I do the hard surface. So, but I think we got the start of a toilet. I'm not sure what this is, but we can, yeah. So there's a ball. And then we can color things. The other part we got to do. So I'm just trying to recover everything we did. So I got this cube. And if I come down here to the little red circly guy, I've got materials. And screencast keys turned itself off when we crashed. That's fantastic. So I'm adding material slot here. I hit plus here and add a material. And we'll name the material even before we do anything. And then I can just change the color of that with this swatch here. So now we have a yellow cube. And your colors are only visible on the last two circly guys up top. Otherwise, you're just looking at wires and solid. Did we cover everything we covered Tuesday? We just kind of sped run Tuesday, right?
We didn't do
kinda-
textures at all.
Oh, we just talked about colors. We can we'll get to textures next week. Slow your roll. Okay. All right. The other thing we need for this week is I need a still render, and then we're going to add some animation. So let me just grab. If I hit this button here, the little camera-looking guy, movie camera, old school movie camera. Yeah, this is what the camera's pointed at. We got a camera and a light along with our default cube. Which is cool, I guess, if I want to look at this Christmas snow globe looking thing. I'm going to select a bunch of stuff here. And yeah, we'll just leave these out. We'll just do this one. So I selected all these objects. And if I come up to view and align view and align active camera to selected, then my camera is going to move. And you can see it's framed all of that. So now we have an amazing scene. I come up here to render. Oh, y'all are probably on Eevee. I'm going to switch back to where you're at. It's fine. And then render image, and it's going to render a single shot of whatever your camera is looking at. So that's with all the lighting data. Let's play with some stuff here so we can see the snow globe and this guy right here, or we can see all the facets and all the faces. I'm going to grab this guy right here and right click on him and shade auto smooth, and then I'll render again. And he's all smooth looking. So again, that doesn't change the geometry at all. It just changes how the light hits it. Fake our way through it.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, exactly. I want that to be a name of a university.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, School of Technology.
School of Technology.
All right, and oh, I got rid of Suzanne. What a jerk. All right, let me just bring Suzanne back, and we'll use her for animation. So we got this. What should I do here? Yeah.
This recording will be on Canvas, right?
Yes, I will eventually link it to Canvas, but it'll be findable just on my YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take Suzanne here, and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And so we've got hotkeys for all the rotations and scales and moving. S is the shortcut for scaling. So I'm just going to scale that down so it's hiding inside the pipe.
It's like the entire cube.
G is the shortcut for movement.
There you go.
The grab, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to hit G, and then I'm going to hit Z, so it only moves on the Z axis. And I'm going to move it up here so we can see it. That's where it's going to pop out. So we'll start down here. Okay, and now with Suzanne selected, here in the layout tab, so we've got all these different workspaces here up top. We've got layout, which is what we default to. And there's modeling, which takes away the animation bar and a bunch of that other stuff.
Yeah.
There's one for sculpting, for UV editing, texture painting, shading. There's all these cool things we're going to get into later. But in layout, we like that because it already has the animation stuff here that we're probably not going to use very much at all, except maybe this week. Well, and then some later, because we can. So I'm going to take Suzanne here. I've got her selected, and I've got this time slider. I'm going to go back down to 0. And so on frame 0, if I hit I, it's going to save all of the location, rotation, and scale and everything of Suzanne on that frame. I can move forward, and I can move or scale or do anything with that object. And if I hit I again, I've saved another frame. If I want to come back to where we're at 0, I want this to be a back and forth animation, then I'll slide forward before I do anything else and just hit I again. So Suzanne, we're going to have her come back to the pipe. There we go. And you can see these things light up yellow. Does nothing. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to come about halfway in. So I set frames at 0 and 60. Now at 30, we're going to get goofy. So I'm going to pull that up. It's going to pop out, maybe over a little bit. Hit R, rotate her some. I'm even going to scale. So it's going to pop out, rotate, scale, do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to hit I. And I've saved that middle frame. So with Suzanne selected, I can see these frames. And then everything else, I've got no animation on. There's no frames. Down here in the time slider, I can see that it's set at frame 30 right now. And this animation goes till 90. I think yours will default to 250. I'm just going to go to 60 on here because that's as far as I set my frames. So I've got starting at 1, ending at 60. And now if I just hit play, we can see what monstrosity we've created. I don't even know. Why did we do this?
Because we're DET.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Except for animator.
Creative genius.
It really is. Yeah, I'm ready to put this on my LinkedIn and just start fielding calls. Yeah. Disney, not necessarily Pixar, but if I'm working on just the Disney stuff. Let's say, fair enough. So that took that really just 2 frames. I've got 3 keys, Suzanne here, Suzanne there, and all of her settings, and then back. And then it just automatically does all the tweens for us. So that's nice. But I don't like this. So she pops out of the side. I probably want it to come up more before it starts to slide over. So if I just come over to another frame here, go to 12-ish, and I'm going to move that over. I'm going to hit I there. All right, now I'm going to hit play. And now it comes up more and over. So you can adjust in between all of your frames, any animation you want to do. Oh, but now it slides back through into the side, just like it did coming out. I don't like that. Okay, what do I do that? 12 in, so 48 is almost exactly. All right, make sure this slides over. One thing I didn't talk about was this guy up here, this little gizmo with the X's and the Y's and the Z's. Z is up here, but if I can hit these, I can get to a nice orthographic view of everything and see where things are at. That was my response as well, yeah. Well, I'm plugged in, are you serious? Fantastic. One more thing to go bad. Yes. 30%. I think it is. I think the brand new cable that I installed in this workstation is not working.
No.
That's exciting. Okay, so I moved that over. I can use these to pan around This is just the middle mouse button. I can grab that. So if you've got a trackpad and you don't have a mouse because you don't like yourself or whatever the deal is, you should be able to click. There you go. Yeah, with the trackpad, click onto that little gizmo area and start to pan another finger around, and it'll do that. So you got a little bit of movement there. All right, so I moved that over. My point was to hit I and set a keyframe there. Yeah. All right. So now obviously this needs to be green. Sure, this back it. Whatever. So I've already got a green color set up. Wow, I don't know what's going on with this power. This is awful. It's just on and off.
Feel the power.
Fantastic. Like and subscribe. This is the best stuff you'll ever see on YouTube. So I'm gonna grab cylinder here, and I'm just gonna hit this drop down. I'm on a little circly guy, and I'm gonna say be green. And this guy, he's gonna be green as well. And then I gotta find Suzanne, wherever she's at. And man, I need to fix that. Today's been the best day. It's so fantastic. All right, we're gonna make the monkey brown. So I've named a new material brown, and I'm gonna come over here to the swatch. And brown is really just a dark orange. So if you kind of pan over to an orangish, and then pull the slider down, we can get some brown right there. Please stop. Would it be better just to unplug it and like use the 20% I've got? Is that what's going on?
It better not be that.
What is the plug is like, it's secure. Anyway, all right.
That's your brown, Professor?
What?
That's your brown? It looks like diarrhea. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that.
Well, you started before it even like popped out. So yeah. Oh yeah, that is kind of bad. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's just.
Oh.
That's
I
even
love-
worse. Huh.
Now it's a golden.
Now that's really. Yeah, just making
It just looks like snot. This is the worst. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. If everyone hates it, then we've done our job.
No.
Prof, I think your battery saver's on.
You think?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna have a seizure watching this thing flash in and out. I'm just gonna. All right. I'm just gonna do that. Let it be on. That's fine. The plug is no working. All right. So those are the things we wanted to cover. For this week, I'm going to be looking for all of these objects. Let me just go back to the rubric. So we're going to be we'll look for a plane, a cube, a UV sphere, an icosphere, that's the more triangular one, cylinders, cones, toruses, aka donuts, monkey, text object, some kind of metaball thing, which means to be more than one metaball, like morphing together. Make something else. Anything else you find under the add menu. Have fun with that. I'm looking for two combined objects, and that can be, well, I had two here, right? So I've got two cylinders together who are trying to be a pipe from some unnamed company's IP.
Nice save.
Yeah.
Super hooray.
Yeah, and then the cone and the sphere here together kind of look like a snow globe or whatever. So that's what we're just playing building blocks, literally. So we want some combined objects, not just random shapes laying around. All right. I want at least 5 different colors, and that would be in addition to the white that we get automatically. And then we want 2 things animated. So Suzanne popping out of a pipe would be one. We want something else as well.
A planet.
A planet?
Like
Sure.
A bunch of asteroids orbiting the planet.
This guy. And then the project folder structure that we outlined earlier, and then a render of your scene. Oh, I didn't save that. So that's the thing. I knew this is why I go back to the rubric to make sure I covered everything.
No,
All right, so we've got
no, it's fine.
render image, and this is going to be, again, this is just a still of what we have. And then cute, it does nothing. It does no good for me until I save it. So if I come up here to image, save as, and I'm going to save that in my renders folder. Who could have guessed? I'll even call it a render.png. We don't need no compression. Get out of here. There we go. Now you've got that. Send it to grandma. She'll tell everyone at the hair salon that you're on your way to Pixar. Look at this. That was it. We're going to keep it simple for this week. There were some questions about the other assignment. I've got a different mouse than I'm used to, so I don't have my back button on the mouse. That's really upsetting. All right. So the other thing we're doing this week is we're watching this old video playlist of Blender fundamentals. And as I talked about Tuesday, put it on in the background, let it wash over you, absorb each vertice. Put it on, just watch it. I don't expect you to understand even fully half of what's going on, but it should be interesting at least. And then when you're done with that and you've learned things about like loop cuts and bevels and extruding and things like that, then make me something else. So this will be a separate Blender folder, a separate Blender project. Make me an object of some sort with what you learned here. So I'm looking at, they're going to show you how to do these things. These are what I'm looking for. Huh? One object that has all of these is fine. Or if you want to do a, you know, like a whole layout of like, here's an example of a loop cut and here's an example of a bevel, that's fine. But if it's all on one object, that's cool too. Probably easier. So this is a little more free form. Watch this, learn things, give me a second project. Cool? Fair?
I think that's pretty fair.
You think it's fair? Okay. Then I guess we're
Do you
good.
have a camera? Oh, there you go. There's the camera.
I'll go ahead and stop this before it crashes itself.
Render image.
Oh no.
Nah, we'll keep going for a minute. All right. On to this. So let me help with, in addition to these 19 videos that I just want you to just watch it on 2-speed, 4-speed, whatever. But what I'm going to be looking for, these extrudes and cuts and bevels, I'll just show you a few of those here, and then we're going to get into those next week a lot. So here we go. I'm going to take this guy here,
Okay.
just hide everything else, which by the way is Shift H, hides everything but what you've got selected. So I got this cube. I've already kind of messed with them a little bit. So if any object you've got, you go into edit mode with tab, and you've got access to faces, edges, and you can move and scale those. Oof. And vertices. So you can just grab a single point and move that around. All right, so that's one way to start getting your model going, more than just a simple cube. That thing's awful.
What?
These are illegal faces, by the way. Like, that's not going to render well. I'm just showing moving edges and faces around. This is kind of a something helpful to go with those videos. Yeah. Okay, so that's that, and we hate it. We're going to go ahead and make a new cube. And he's somewhere. Let's tilde 3 to zoom in on what I've got selected. And we'll start playing with some of the tools. So the extrude tool is one thing they're going to show you in those videos. And that's this guy right here. It looks like a little eraser on top of a square pencil. I don't know. But if you hit that, you can pull up from whatever face or faces you've got. and make new geometry. Or you can stack a bunch of cubes like Minecraft style, but that's dumb. So that's extrude. If I come back here and just turn on this tool, also for the shortcut fanatics in here, E is extrude. So that's fun. What is it? I don't know. Let's keep going. Now I've decided this is a humanoid.
It looks like one of the things from Space Invaders, like one of the shields from Space Invaders.
Grab that one, shift, grab that one. Okay, now so I've got two faces selected. If I try to extrude, it's going to try to go one way or another. So down here under the extrude, if I hit this little triangle, I've got access to more stuff. So I'm going to extrude along normals. And so now they're going to go the ways they're facing. I'll extrude that up. There we go. What is this? I don't know. It's a derpy creeper. Maybe. Who knows? So that's extrude. I'm also going to, instead of extrude, if I hit Shift B, I can bevel. That does cool stuff. While I'm in the middle of a bevel, if I scroll my scroll wheel, I get more and more stuff. Kind of nice. But this is kind of it. We'll leave it there because I'll let those videos do their thing, and we're gonna cover most of these tools next week when we start making furniture that you can 3D print in the Maker Lab and just occupy your dorm with. All right, so those are the things we're going to be doing from edit mode in that other assignment, and I think that pretty well covers us, except for, let me show you one more thing, so you can be more creative with what we've got. So I've got this thing, whatever it is, I don't know, the world's worst Monopoly piece.
The tombstone.
Yeah. So we've got colors that we've already made, right? So I can just say, hey, this guy should be red. Cool. Whatever the first material is I throw on a thing, it's gonna cover everything. But if I add more materials, so I hit this plus button, I'm gonna come down here and we want brown, green. No, we want blue this time. So I'm gonna make a new one. So make a new material, I'll name it blue. I'll make sure it actually is blue. So now I've got a blue color, but it's nowhere here on my thing. But if I hit tab and I say, I don't know, where's this going to be? His arms? We'll just make his arms blue. So I'm going to grab these faces here. I'm shift clicking.
Oh, that one is just confirmed.
And then in edit mode, with something selected, I can come down here and grab a new material and say assign. And now I don't know why, but it's blue. It's got one blue arm. This is pretty much what I did to make that Rubik's Cube, but you know, much derpier way.
Aren't bones supposed to aren't like your arms supposed to go blue when you break your bones in your arms?
I don't know. I don't often break people's bones, so don't know. I've never had a broken bone either, so I couldn't tell you. All right, battery's about to die, and yeah, so we're gonna call it there. Good luck.